welcome to the Slingshot channel. This is a video about 3 completely different challenges that I've chosen to accept. The first one is from Shield Brother Thegan Thrand. He has a great channel that tests medieval and ancient armor and weapons. Actually, he was in a problematic situation because not a long time ago YouTube decided to close down his channel, and a lot of YouTubers, myself included, helped him reinstate all of his content. So he's back in business, and he challenged me. He saw my video about the Viking sword launcher, and he thinks that he can best me just by throwing a really well-made Viking sword. And here is his formal challenge.
Hey, Thrand here, and I'd like to address my good friend and shield brother, Jarg Sprave. Thank you once again for helping save my channel. You two took me down over a silly video, pretty much like they did you. And we helped you out back in the day, but you helped me out and got my channel back up, and I thank you once again. I would also like to address you with a challenge, Viking to Viking challenge. I noticed you have a Viking sword launcher, and that you talk about throwing them in the sagas. But the whole thing is, I'd like to know what would happen over mail armor on a proper target. When you did your test with your launcher, you put the mail armor over a wooden skjaldur like this, a wooden shield. And the problem with that is then the mail can't give like it's supposed to in the human body, and it has no padding under it, and it can be cut easily like a chopping block against the wood. So what I would like to see is let's both use a piece of 2.5-inch ballistics gelatin and put it on the shield. And then after we do that, we put that on, we cover it with a piece of packing blanket. The reason I say a packing blanket is good gambesons or even light gambesons that people buy nowadays are hard to come by. But the packing blanket's very similar in a lot of ways, especially under mail. It will mimic that effect, being batted and padded and allow it to give, to work properly. So we're going to put our riveted and solid roll mail over that, and we try to see if we can penetrate that and go into the actual target. How far we go into the gel or into the actual shield itself. I mean, the launcher probably will. But I want to see it. I'm curious. What I've done is I've been practicing and testing stuff, and that's what I do here on my channel. And yes, it was done historically. We know this. I started off by using a practice sword, much like you do in your launcher, except not having it sharpened. And I threw into my targets over here and threw in so deep without a point that I could barely pull it out. I also realized that it has a gyroscopic effect, much like a bullet or a football, so it goes straight if it's thrown by hand. So I think that gives me a little bit of an advantage against the launcher because I can put that effect on it and possibly get a more straight hit. I don't know if that will help as much, but from what I know throwing, it seems to. The more straight on you hit, the more energy is transferred directly to the point, straight in.
Okay, I don't think that you will win because I can put on more rubber. Anyway, great, let's do it. I'm game. So show me what you came up with. You can actually see that on his channel, the link down below. Now of course I have to order some stuff, like that kind of sheeting that he's using as a GameSun reproduction, and because I really want to replicate his conditions 1-to-1. And also the weather outside is awful, and the sword launcher is unpainted, so I need to wait until it's halfway dry, hopefully next week. But I've tested a little bit earlier this week with the sword launcher, actually put on a little more rubber, and what I really love to see is how the Archer's Paradox also works if you launch swords. By the way, we got the sword to fly 37 meters. So, Thrand, my friend, I guess I have to put on this helmet once again. Stay tuned. The second challenge is from my friend Johannes, who programmed my game Slingshots vs. Zombies. Actually a very cool game, and it's really successful. 2,000 people already on my Facebook group, and just 1 week after it's been released. And I think we have probably 30,000 downloads already. So very successful and very addictive. I recommend and actually ask you to test it out in order to support my channel. Now here comes the challenge. In the game, from the 9 launchers that I used in the game so far, Johannes plans to add some more later on. There's only one that I've not been tested in public and not made by myself. And that is the trap launcher. Actually what it shoots is spike balls. So spike balls that really stick into anything, but they're also really serious hurdles and will cut into your feet and the feet of the zombies. so that they can't continue moving. And that kind of spike launcher that he uses is kind of oddly shaped, a little bit like a megaphone, like a funnel shape of this thing, and I don't think it will work. So, but I don't mind. I just want to create a rubber-based launcher that shoots spike balls. But I had to develop spikes first, and that's not so easy. So I made a mini model first. I actually cut the parts out from this Japanese scraper because it's hardened steel, it's like spring steel. And then I put it together like this. Let's try an underhand throw, like this. Yeah! It works! The beauty is that these things always stick because they're pointy no matter where you hit things with. Always will stick in. Okay, let me try this one more time. Ha! Okay, this works, but of course it's way too small and too lightweight. See, I had to use like little toothpick pieces to make it sticking, because otherwise this is too thin to achieve some stability, and of course you can't weld it because you would immediately get holes into the material. So let's go bigger. So I have this 3mm steel, and I've decided to cut out the parts for the big size spike ball from this material. And here it is, the 12-edged 6-bladed spike ball. Let me show you its features. As you see, it's made from two parts, and actually slotted and welded so that it's rock solid. And I sharpened the edges, and it's really pointy. So no matter where it hits, it will always, hit you with pointy surfaces. As you see, it always sticks. Alright, as you see, the weather is not ideal, but I wanted to do one outside shot anyway. So is this an illegal shuriken banned in Germany? No, because the law says that a shuriken is a star-shaped disc, and you will probably agree that this is not a disc, therefore it's legal. So, this here needs a launcher, and I will build one, hopefully next week. But, nothing hinders you from downloading the game now. The third challenge, well, this is a kind of a more serious issue. You probably have seen my previous video. The Mail on Sunday and Daily Mail have once again attacked me. The article is out now, and of course it's very negative. They're practically saying I'm responsible for the death of poor policeman Keith Palmer, who got stabbed in the throat while he was wearing a stab-proof vest. And, all kinds of things. They even are cheap enough to post a picture from his funeral, poor guy. I mean, that is not very respectful to the grieving family, I think. Anyway, they also asked me for comments, and I actually commented on both of the questions that they asked me, and I insisted that they either print it in full without omitting anything, or not doing anything with it. I practically told them, if you can't print it in full length, then come back to me and I will change it if it's too long, but don't take it out of context and don't shorten it in any way. But of course they did. And I'm not sure if that's legal or not. I'm not sure if that is okay. And I'm actually not sure what to do now. I mean, part of me says, let them go away. The other part says, can't have that happening. Attacking me, I need to defend myself. Now, I don't know anything about British law. And I'm not sure if we have a case here. I mean, clearly I insisted this is what I want you to print or nothing at all. They ignored it. I'm not sure if they were allowed to do it. I'm also not sure if it's okay for them to show me in that light without any proof and without any guilt on my side, I believe. So, if you are a lawyer and you're practicing law in the UK and you think we have a case, just contact me. I'm sure it will cost some money, but I guess that if I'm asking my fans, probably a lot of people would give me a few bucks just to help me fight the case. So now it is time for you to check out Thran's video and see if the challenge is any good. And after that, don't forget to download my game. Hope you liked it anyhow. Thanks and bye bye.